With the real estate market entering the year in a very different place than where we were last year, what can greater Calgarians expect to see as we move into 2023? Tune into this month's update to find out. Happy New Year! My name is Scott Glover with Real Broker in the Redline Real Estate Group, and I wanted to start by saying thank you for turning in to my first market update of 2023. 2022 was a pretty intense year for the Calgary and area real estate market. It started with 6 months of low inventory and low interest rates that fueled situations with unconditional offers, homes selling within hours of being listed, and most times over asking price. Monthly sales records were either set or equaled in each of the first 6 to 8 months of the year. Things started to change towards the back half of the year as interest rates rapidly increased, resulting in a slowing of demand and a shift from detached and semi-detached homes to more affordable homes like apartments and row homes. December capped off the year with sales totals 30% lower than 2021, but with 2021 being an abnormally strong month, 2022 sales are still above the long-term trends we normally see for a month of December. You can see on this graph how December 2022 sales compare to recent years. Let's shift focus now from how 2022 ended to how we are starting 2023. Normally I start with an overview on what is happening with sales, but today we're going to start with what in my mind is the biggest thing to keep an eye on through the first 6 months of the year, and that is the inventory story. We are starting the year with 2,215 homes for sale on the market total. And this is the lowest total I could find over the last 20 years as I look through the city's historical numbers. This is a pretty low number for a city with a greater area population of over 1.5 million people. We started 2022 with really low inventory as well, as we had about 400 more homes available for sale than we do right now. But when we look further back for context, you can see on this graph how low inventory is this year compared to recent years. In 2018 and 2019, for example, there were between 4,500 and 5,000 homes for sale to start each of these years. And this is a big change compared to what we saw pre-pandemic. Broken down by segment, the detached market, where we see the majority of sales and inventory each month, has 1,060 homes for sale, which is up versus last year by about 160 homes or 18%. The semi-detached market also has a small increase in inventory of about 15 homes or 6% versus 2022, while the biggest changes are in the row and apartment segments, which have around 38% less inventory year over year due to the demand we are seeing for more affordable product types. Last year, the low inventory numbers and strong demand to start the year set the stage for an extremely busy first 6 months of the year, the busiest the city has ever seen. And while current inventory levels are similar to last year, the demand or number of expected sales is drastically different than 2022. So let's take a look at that in the sales summary. In the second half of 2022, we started to see the monthly sales totals finish below the totals from 2021. And with the first 6 months of 2022 being so strong, there's a really good chance we'll see sales totals for the first half of the year come in below last year's levels. As this makes for a tough comparison, my focus in future updates will be on how these numbers compare to longer term trends. As I mentioned earlier, there was a shift to more affordable segments like condos and row homes in 2022 as interest rates started to increase, and I expect to see that trend continue into this year as well. For those who are looking to sell, it is the best time to sell a condo here in Calgary since 2014, and while prices in this segment haven't fully recovered from the highs of that time, the gains from last year have gone a long way to recovering those differences. So with that said, let's take a look now at the pricing picture. Despite all the changes in the market, our benchmark pricing has nearly held from our 2022 spring peak. The only market that has seen a price change is the detached market, which is only down about 4% from our April-May high. All other property types have seen a flatlining or maybe a slight decrease in its value. If you're a homeowner listening to this, know that your equity hasn't really eroded and your real estate investment has been a strong asset to hold while the world continues to shake and shudder a little bit. If you are planning to buy in the near future, there isn't a lot out there for you to choose from, no matter what segment you're shopping in. Be patient and work closely with your real estate professional to look for other options like expired or off-market opportunities if you have seen everything that's available and it's not quite right for you. If you're planning to sell in the near future, you most likely won't have a lot of competition, but that doesn't mean those who are buying will pay whatever price you list your home for. If a home isn't priced at market value, it will still sit. If you work with your real estate professional to properly price and prepare your home for sale, you should have little to no trouble selling your home, especially if you have a row home or a condo. So as this update comes to an end, here's a final thought. We are ending the year in a very different spot than last year, but with everything that has happened over the last 12 months, the high of the spring market, the quick rise in interest rates, the cooling of the housing market across North America, know that we are positioned well here in Calgary as we move into 2023. We don't know exactly what will happen as we move into spring, but you can stay informed by following my monthly updates. My promise is to keep you up to date on what happens throughout the year so you have the knowledge if you are making a move or are just curious and want to know what's happening in the local market. If you are watching this on YouTube, you can subscribe and hit the notification bell to be notified whenever a new update is released. If you're watching this on any one of my other social media channels, you can follow me to stay up to date on all things real estate there as well. If you'd like to talk more about the current market, or if you're planning a move in 2023 and want to talk through a strategy, leave me a comment or a DM and we can start that conversation. With that, I want to wish you and your family a very happy new year. I hope you had an incredible 2022 and all the best in 2023. I'll see you next month.